Hello and welcome to this demo how you can use the Timebox planning widget on team level. Here we see on the essential save 4.0 big picture that we have the team level below the program level, and we are currently talking about the stories on this level. So how can you use the Timebox planning widget on this team level? So let's go to this tab Single Art where we can have a look at our setup. So we have on the program level the art brown, that's the Agile Release Train brown, where we plan typically the features on increments or on sprints as you like. And below we have the three teams: team software in blue, team firmware in pink, and team tool in yellow. Over here you can have a look at the setup in the configuration. So we have the timeline, art brown, and below we have the program increment with the 5 sprints, 1.1 till 1.5. So let's move now to this tab All Teams, where we can have a look at all the activities on team level. You see here we have now the 3 teams which are represented in the color blue, pink and yellow. And if we open this Timebox planning widget, you see horizontally we have sprint 1.1 till sprint 1.5. It continues with the sprint 2.1 and so on. You have also a column unassigned. And what we can do here now, we can see which query is behind this Timebox planning widget view. So if you go to link to query, you can open the query and it opens by default in a new tab. So you can have a look at what is queried by this Timebox planning widget. Then we have the new toggle button showing 0 story point work items. You see there are stories with 0 story points. So if we hover, we can see this in this rich hover. This story has 0 story points, and because we visualize vertically the complexity, the story points of the corresponding work items, a story with 0 story points wouldn't show up. So you can toggle here and you can make it visible. So that's up to you. It can also be set up that it always shows the work items with the 0 story points. So what we can do here out of the context menu, of course you can edit the work item. You can show the dependencies of, for example, just one work item. So you see, if you move around this story to another sprint, then here the arrow turns green. And here in the same sprint it's gray by default, and more to the left it turns red. So you see here the dependencies are not aligned. If you drop the work item, it gets instantly saved. You can just double click. In order to clear the view, you can use this menu item, or you just double click on a story and then you can also clear the view. Below you see also the absences imported, for example, from Outlook and stored in your profile. And you click on it and then you get all the information when this team member is absent, how many days. And if you apply the show siblings, so that means the siblings are all stories, all work items contributing to the same feature. If you click on this, then you see there's just, in this example, just one story. if we click on another one, show siblings, then you see here we have several stories contributing to the same feature. You can do this also by just double click on a story that calls this show siblings. So either you choose the menu like this, double click to clear the view, or you just double click a story and this calls implicitly also show siblings. So that's I've shown you before. You can choose between dependencies of just this work item, or if you're interested in all work items, you just drag and drop, move stories to another sprint as you like. You get it instantly saved. You can search for almost anything. You can choose what you are searching for, or you can, by default, it's all selected. You can choose, for example, to search for story H1. Then you see we get this highlighted. You also see the number of story points here in the counter. Then we can add the double pipe twice. You can add the story A.3, for example. Then you see we have those two stories highlighted, and the total of story points is 8. We can clear this search. And yes, that's about it. So in another movie, I'm going to show you how you can set up this Timebox planning widget. So have fun, and let's make Timebox planning widget great.